There's a kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from doing too much, but from the way you keep showing up in your relationships. Saying yes when your body is already pulling away. Staying when something inside you is quietly asking for space. Holding things that were never yours to hold. And over time, it doesn't feel like effort anymore. It starts to feel like obligation. It may even feel like your identity. Like being the reliable one, the understanding one, the one who doesn't let things fall apart. But what's rarely noticed is this. That role can slowly become automatic, not chosen in the moment, but pre-selected by habit. And what once felt like care starts to feel like depletion. Not because you are giving the wrong things, but because of how you are giving them. A role you may have learned without realizing it. One that keeps you emotionally available even when you're already running low. One that responds before you've had a chance to check in with yourself. And the more often it happens, the less it feels like a choice. And the more it feels like simply who you are. And something interesting happens here. Your relationships begin to change. But so does your relationship with yourself. Patterns that once felt invisible become easier to recognize. And what first appears to be about other people often reveals something deeper within us. In the first video, we explored the patterns behind constant availability, how overgiving can shape and drain your energy, and the way others come to rely on you. Here, we'll explore what happens when you begin making small, conscious choices about when and how you show up, and why those choices often reveal dynamics that were hidden beneath the surface. By the end of this video, you will begin to recognize a pattern that shapes many relationships. A pattern that can leave us feeling drained, overextended, or responsible for more than what is ours to carry. And you'll begin to see what becomes possible when conscious choice replaces habit and guilt. If you'd like to, take a moment to notice what you're feeling as you consider this. Perhaps sensations in your chest, your stomach, a feeling around the heart, images in the mind. Just becoming aware of what happens when you pause and create a little space before responding. Conscious availability begins with small choices, a breath before saying yes, a moment to sense what your energy can genuinely and comfortably hold, a gentle check-in with what feels true rather than automatic. You may notice tension arise. You may notice guilt. And that is okay. In fact, guilt often appears before authentic boundaries do. Many people assume guilt means they are doing something wrong. Sometimes it simply means they are doing something differently. Notice whatever arises with curiosity rather than judgment. As you begin practicing this, something else often becomes more visible. Projection. Someone may ask for your time in the same way they always have. A friend who regularly unloads their stress onto you. A family member who expects an immediate response. A co-worker who assumes you'll take on one more task. And when you pause, when you respond differently, there can be a moment of tension. Not because something is wrong, but because something familiar is now unfamiliar. The relationship has momentarily shifted from an unconscious pattern into a conscious choice. Something that once moved through the shadows has become visible. And that shift can feel uncomfortable for everyone involved. What we sometimes discover is that people don't always react to the boundary itself. They react to the change in the role we've been playing. If someone has grown accustomed to your constant availability, your pause may feel confusing. If someone depends on your reassurance, your silence may feel uncomfortable. Not because you have harmed them, but because the pattern they expected is no longer happening automatically. These responses are not always about you. Often, they reveal something about what another person is unwilling or not yet ready to face within themselves, and perhaps something within ourselves as well, because projection is rarely a one-way process. If you'd like to explore these patterns more deeply in your own life, I've included a few resources below that may support your practice between videos. Explore whatever feels useful and leave the rest. You may notice this most clearly in a simple moment. Someone begins sharing something heavy with you. You feel yourself moving forward, wanting to hold it all, wanting to solve it, wanting to make it better. And then something shifts. You remember. You pause. There is the familiar pull to step in and carry it. And at the same time, there is awareness of your own capacity. For a brief moment, both are present. The impulse to move toward them, and awareness of yourself. That moment matters, because what happens next can change the entire dynamic. Conscious availability doesn't mean becoming unavailable. It means remaining present without automatically becoming responsible. Take a moment here to practice. Place a hand on your chest if that feels comfortable. Notice the rise and fall of your breath, and gently acknowledge any patterns you may carry. Ways of responding that have become familiar over time. Notice any images, memories, maybe tension or sensations in the body. Any pull, any urge to immediately say yes. Allow a slow breath to meet whatever is there. And consider the possibility that you can respond from presence rather than reflex. Something surprising can emerge here. Many people discover they are not actually afraid of disappointing others. They are afraid of feeling the discomfort that comes when they disappoint others. The fear is often hard to notice, but once it is seen clearly, it begins to lose some of its grip. Relationships begin to shift when you start making these choices. Some people may step back, surprised by the space you now create. Others may lean in differently, engaging with the real you rather than the version of you they have come to expect. And you may notice a new sense of alignment, an experience of giving because you genuinely choose to, rather than because you feel compelled to. This is not about building walls, it is about opening doors when you want to, a recognition that you have a say in when those doors open and when they remain closed. It is about knowing your limits without guilt, being present when it matters, and stepping back when your deeper wisdom recognizes that something is not yours to carry. Over time, you begin noticing how your energy moves, what nourishes you, what depletes you, and how small shifts can gradually transform the way you relate to yourself and others. Before your next response, see if you can pause and ask, is this a moment I really want to be available? Or is a part of me just reacting and jumping in? Feel the space that question creates, even slightly, and allow that awareness to inform your response. What we are beginning to see is that conscious availability changes the rhythm of our relationships. It reveals patterns of projection, habitual expectation, and unconscious dependence that may have previously gone unnoticed. As these patterns become visible, something else becomes possible. A more authentic presence. A place where generosity and boundaries no longer compete with one another, where both can exist together. This work is subtle and often slow, yet it can be profoundly transformative. The choices made in these small moments ripple outward, influencing how you are received, how you engage, and how others learn to relate to themselves and to you. In the next video, we'll explore integration, how shadow and inner authority begin to work together, so that your presence can become more grounded, sustainable, and whole. For now, notice what emerges when you choose consciously. Meet each moment with awareness rather than habit. If you want to go deeper into these practices, you'll find tools and guided resources below that many people use alongside this series. Take what resonates, move at your own pace, and I'll see you in the next video.